So I'm Rob Worthing with Tenkara Guides LLC, and I'm sitting here in Tellico River Valley, which is one of my favorite places to fish. So I first discovered Tenkara around 2009, 2010, right around the time that Daniel Gallardo started Tenkara USA. I had two students from Wilderness Medicine that were passing through Utah and wanted to do a combination trip. And these are pretty high speed guys. Yosemite climbing bombs, one moose hunter from Alaska, and we wanted to do a combo fly fishing, rock climbing, canyoneering trip through Box Death Hollow, which is a relatively challenging area in Utah. I went to my local fly shop to try and find a relatively lightweight fly fishing setup, and I just couldn't find anything that wouldn't, nearly double my pack weight, and that was a real problem for me. So I got on backpackinglight.com, Ryan Jordan's outfit, and found Tenkara. Bought one of the original Iwanas, an 11-foot Iwana, went up Big Cottonwood Canyon in Utah in winter, and managed to catch a little brown trout within 2 or 3 casts, and I was hooked ever since.
An associate of mine started posting pictures online on Instagram, and there's somebody I hadn't talked to in a while, but needed an excuse and was interested in reaching out, and started talking to them about what they were doing. And I was participating in a camp in the mountains, and on a whim decided to go by the local fly fishing store and buy a Tenkara USA setup. And it basically was the rod was the Awana. It came with a little glass tube with 3 flies in it and a furled line. I had no idea what I was doing. I'd watched a handful of videos online, but was largely completely ignorant. Not largely ignorant, completely ignorant. But I went to this camp and was able to sneak away from some of my daily responsibilities and went down to a stream, having no idea where fish would be or wouldn't be. I just took the fly and whipped it into this foamy area at the bottom of this kind of, it wasn't quite a waterfall, but just this runoff over some rocks. And I caught my first brook trout. And that was it. That was all it took. After that, I couldn't stop. I brought that same rod back home to middle North Carolina and fished bluegill and panfish and bass as much as I could for probably a year and a half, 2 years, and then started going to the mountains and chasing trout more. So it's been an awesome experience. Cool. And yeah, I love it as much as I ever did.